Welcome back. Now this video is all about becoming a manufacturer's agent from the point of view of obviously being an agent as opposed to a manufacturer. So as an agent you'll be looking for manufacturers and people to represent to sell your wares and so on. So there's different ways of doing that. One is just approaching the companies directly if you know of them, but obviously quite logically you wouldn't know which companies to approach. If you sign up on LinkedIn um, uh, and you put what you're all about, you're an agent, then I've been approached by a couple of companies, you know, have got in touch with me, due to my experience and whatever. But it's just you put yourself out there and advertise what you've got and so on, and then people will do it. The other way is that there's a number of different websites, and that's what I'm going to go through here. Is there a number of different websites uh, where you can find these companies that look for agents, so that might be of some use. And I'll come to at the end. I'm going to tell you a real story of something that's happened to me, um, but it's a little bit of a red flag, something to look for when you're looking for these companies. Like any interview, when you go to an interview for a job, if you work for somebody, obviously the interview is all about you interviewing them as well as them interviewing you to find out if they are a suitable employer. And there's lots of really brilliant employers, I'm sure, and there's also lots of not so good ones as well. But anyway, going back to these websites, I'll put a link in the description to each one. The first one is called the Commission Crowd, and that is more of an international website. It's free to register and so on. And my experience of that is that I'm in the UK, and I've been approached by a lot of what I think one was a proper company selling health and safety equipment, and I messaged them back and said, yeah, I'm interested and all that. They just never come back to me. It was a bit of a waste of time. I don't know why they sent me a thing in the first place. And I got a lot of inquiries from that, but it was all kind of what I would consider sort of nonsense stuff that I just wasn't interested at all. But that's definitely worth a look. Definitely worth a look. The other one is these people have been around for a long time. Manufacturers Agents Association, and that's an old school place that you join. At the moment, it's 2024, and the subs are £120 plus the VAT, and there's a £60 joining fee. So there's relatively quite a lot. But for that, you get a magazine. The proper company, been around a long time, and any company that does advertise with them, I would think it's going to be worthwhile. So it's possible to pick up possibly a better quality of lead than some of the websites. It's free to advertise and everything, and so well, you have to just make your choice really. I was a member of the Manufacturers Agents Association, but I'm not now. Partly due to the fees, but anyway, they have got quite a comprehensive. There's all sorts of different benefits of they give you advice and all this sort of thing, and agreements and all that kind of thing. So it's you have to weigh it all up, but if you're starting out, it's probably worth it. That's what I did when I started out. I was a member for a few years. Now there's another one, so that's the Manufacturers Agents Association. There's another one called Sales Agents Plus, and that is just a sort of a website, and there's different things on there. There's one company that I saw that is a proper company. It's not actually come to anything, but I know that they're a proper company. So that's another website. So have a look at that. And then the next one is called Agent Base. They have been around for quite some time, and they do a kind of a monthly. I'm not sure if it's monthly or quarterly, like a magazine, an online magazine with all the agency opportunities in there. And so that is definitely interesting. And they've got a kind of tutorial section with all different, again, sample agents agreements and all that kind of thing. And I think they have a little course that you can go on if you want to learn about being a manufacturer's agent. And so that's that. Again, that one's free to join. The one before the Sales Agents Plus, that is free to join. Agent Base, that is free to join. And then the other website is called Sales Agents UK, and that one is very good. You just go straight on there and you put in what sort of sector you want to work in, and whether you want leads or not, and all this sort of thing, and the area, which can be very, very important. And there's lots and lots of agents opportunities in there, but anyway, what happened to me is you get these different things, and one of them, I'm not going to say who it is, but they advertise the agency opportunity at 10% commission. So, well, that's all right. And then what happened? They sent through an agreement and all this, and the agreement comes through at 5%. So, well, that's not quite right. The advert said 10. They said, oh yeah, no, there's a bit of a misunderstanding, whatever. And then they sent through an agreement with. Basically, this is all a bit of a red flag, because if they put it in the advert at 10%, it should be 10%. And the moment they did, they said, oh no, that's not quite right. It should have been 5%. I don't know where the 10%'s come from. Well, you advertised it, then you've made a mistake in the advert, really. And anyway, at the death of it, they messed me about something chronic, and it's just all a bit of a red flag. Somebody that's doing that right from the word go, that is a red flag. And in my wisdom now, if that happened to me now, I just say thanks very much, not interested, and move on, find somebody else. Because to make a fundamental mistake like that in the advert on the commission, which is the most important bit for an agent, unless they're not all. Sometimes there are retainers involved. It depends on what you negotiate with the people, but more often than not, it's just a straight commission. But to have a mistake like that really is a fundamental mistake. And if they're making mistakes like that, then what mistakes are they going to make down the line? And that's exactly what happened. So anyway, hope this has been some use. Do put a comment to let us know what you think of the different ones. I've kind of signed up to all of them, really. Well, except the MAA, because that costs money, like. But if you're starting out, don't know, it's up to you. You have to make your own choices. But do put a like, a comment, and subscribe, because I'll be doing more of this sort of thing.